2 outs, nobody on. Fly ball out toward Edmonds. Time to sing the stretch with the Blackhawks.
Our guest conductors for Take Me Out to the Ball Game from the Chicago Blackhawks, welcome Patrick Kane and Jonathan Toews.
Hey, Cubs fans. Can't wait to see you on New Year's Day, so let's hear ya. Let me hear ya. 1, 2, 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, so let's root for the Cubbies. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Good luck in the playoffs.
Here come the Hawks, the mighty
Blackhawks!
Take the attack,
Yeah, we got you Blackhawks!
You're flying high now, so let's wrap it up. Let's go, you Hawks, move on. Now the Hawks, here come the Hawks, here comes the Hawks, here comes the Hawks. Hawks rule, baby! Let's go, Hawks! Here comes the Hawks, here comes the Hawks.
Built on a sports car platform with a 7-speed automatic transmission, the all-new 390 horsepower Infiniti FX. The power to boldly reinvent the norm.
For the Milwaukee Brewers. And we're with Patrick Kane and Jonathan Toews, the captain. Guys, great to have you with us. And
thanks for having us.
Looking forward to a great Blackhawks season coming up.
Yeah, we can't wait either.
Cubs trail 5-2. That's squibbed, and right now it's fair, and it'll remain that way as Fielder gets it. And the first ever training camp festival to celebrate the opening of the Blackhawks 08-09 season coming up at the United Center this Saturday, September 20th, from 8 in the morning till 4 in the afternoon. It is open to the public. A $5 admission fee covers the entrance to the festival. And inside the UC to view the Blackhawks' first practice of the season. I'm sure it's great to be back with your teammates, right, Patrick?
Yeah, and on an event like this, it's fun for the fans to come out. They come see the Blackhawks, and first ever practice. Hopefully we see Bob out there running the 5K.
Absolutely, yeah, the 5K run walk skate coming up. Here's Jim Edmonds. Right back to Gagne. He drops it, now picks it up. Patrick winning the Calder Trophy. Congratulations. Well deserved. How did that feel?
It was a good feeling. I mean, coming in as a rookie, obviously there's some hype around first overall pick. And I don't know if I could have done it without this guy right here, Johnny. But it was a fun season. I think this year's going to be even better.
And Jonathan, the third youngest captain in the history of the NHL. I know it's a very proud moment to wear that C.
Yeah, it was. It's definitely a huge honor. Obviously, it hasn't. It's only the third time it's happened, but obviously you enjoy that moment for sure. But it's a lot of responsibility on your shoulders, so I think it's something I have to take really seriously. So.
Well, it's great to have you guys in the booth. Come back many more times, including New Year's Day. That's going to be a lot of fun. The Blackhawks and the Red Wings. And check it out, the Training Camp Festival coming up this weekend. Jonathan, Patrick, thanks so much. Have a great year.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Hey Cubs fans, are you looking to get tickets to the hottest Cubs games this year? Visit Cubs.com and click on StubHub, the official.
They say the sun shines a little brighter in Florida. See why. With over 45 daily flights from Chicago Midway to the Sunshine State, Southwest is taking low fares farther. Go to southwest.com/Florida to book your trip today.
You are now free to move about the country.
Save big money on construction lumber from Menards. All construction lumber is on sale. Menards carries premium lumber from the finest mills in North America, starting at just $179 for an 8-foot 2x4. Make construction projects easier and safer with this 2-level scaffold tower. With a 10-foot working height and dual locking casters, it's just $692. Plus, there's 0 payments and no interest till summer when you use your Menards Big Card.
Save big money at Menards.
When you're looking for a luxury vehicle, is this all you see? How about now? What about now? Most people will consider 2 or 3 of these. But when you look at all 7 costs, you'll see why the Lexus ES has the lowest cost of ownership in its class. For a clearer picture, visit your Lexus dealer. Lease the 2008 ES 350 for $409 a month for 36 months, with $3609 due at signing.
Back here at Wrigley Field, which for a day coming up on New Year's Day will be the home of the Blackhawks, as they'll host the Red Wings. Patrick Kane and Jonathan Taves throwing out the first pitches before the ball game. And Bob, we've interviewed both. We've had them both separately in the booth, and I think it's fun for us to see the maturation. And you know, again, just a little more quiet maybe the last time around, but you can just see that confidence building. And I mean, these guys are superstars on the ice.
We have to keep in mind that when we get people up here in the booth, they're out of their element.
Yeah.
This is not where they're comfortable, not what they're comfortable doing, but they're definitely comfortable down there on the ice.
Looking forward to a great year of Blackhawks hockey here on Comcast Sportsnet. 1 ball, no strikes. Mike Cameron. Randy Wells still in there. He was a starter at AAA Iowa, so you can stretch him out. Soriano's going to come over into the shadows, a hop and the catch. Randy Wells came on with the bases loaded and he walked J.J. Hardy, but since then he's sent 5 straight back to the bench empty-handed. A little bit away on Ray Durham. Cameron tied it. Durham gave him the lead. Braun and Hardy added some insurance. DeRosa makes a play. Well, no matter what happens here the last couple of innings, Guillermo Mota up for Milwaukee. You know, Mark DeRosa will face the media, and he's not going to be happy about that error in the 6th inning.
You know, we looked at the replay several times, and initially, as I said, I thought perhaps he looked off the ball too soon, but on the replay you could see he was down on it. The ball just took kind of a funny hop, got him in the heel of the glove, climbed up his arm, and he wasn't able to make the play.
He was not charged with an error in the 1st inning, but I think he would probably also say that he should have thrown the ball to first. He tried to get an out at second base, but the throw hit Ray Durham. Broken bat ground ball, hot shot handled by Ramirez. He throws out Braun. Good job by Randy Wells. Bottom 8 coming up. Bottom of the order for the Cubs.
It's got 403 horsepower. It can tow 8,000 pounds. Seats 7. It's dripping in chrome. Big, bold, beautiful. Forget drive it. If it had a bathroom, I'd live in it.
Visit your Chicagoland area Cadillac dealer for this attractive offer.
Since 1961, Black Hawk Bank and Trust has been a proud partner with the Quad Cities community. Through nearly 5 decades, Black Hawk Bank has grown from one branch to a mature bank of 10 Illinois and 3 Iowa branches. We now serve Rock Island, Henry, and Scott counties. In May of 2008, Black Hawk Bank and Trust and Great River Bank became one. Together, we carry on the tradition of local ownership, family ties, and community banking. Choose the chief and experience the security of banking with a safe, solid local bank that is not for sale.
Osaka Japanese Steakhouse, where tradition comes alive. Our skilled hibachi chefs will dazzle you with their culinary expertise, entertain your family, and delight your taste buds. At Osaka Japanese Steakhouse, your meal is prepared before your very eyes. The sights, the sounds, the aromas. A feast for all your senses. For a special treat, select your favorite sushi from our vast menu. Our sushi is made to order with only the freshest ingredients. Osaka Japanese Steakhouse, where meals come to life. Now open at 4901 Utica Ridge Road.
From the Comcast Sportsnet studios, it's a Cadillac Sports Update.
Luke Stuckmeyer with you. Keep it here for Cubs post-game live after the final out. Todd Hollandsworth and I will have highlights and analysis. Plus, we will bring you live post-game press conferences from Wrigley. That's after the game, but right now, put on the rally caps. It's back to Len and Bob.
Thanks, Luke. Well, there's no question going into this series, the Brewers were a desperate ball club. They had fired their manager. They lost a very tight ball game Tuesday night. They won last night. They've come from behind today. I'd like to see the Cubs give them all they can handle here over the final 2 innings. They're only down 3.
Yeah, they're going to have to mount some kind of a rally, and unfortunately the games that the Brewers have won or are leading in, it's set up for their bullpen to bring the guys in that Ned Yost used when they had a lead in the game, and Dale Swaim, I'm sure, is going to follow the same formula. So Todd Coffey for 1, Eric Gagne for a quick 1-2-3 inning. Now Guillermo Mota, and you would assume Solomon Torres in the ninth once again, even though this is not a save opportunity. Yes, it is a save opportunity. I stand corrected.
7 innings, only 1 run allowed last night by this bullpen. That was a 9th inning run when it really had already been decided. And Coffey and Gagne today, 2 shutout innings. It's 1-2. After Soto, Kosuke Fukudome, then a pinch hitter for Randy Wells. Fly ball right field. Corey Hart makes a catch. 2 hands on it, waist high. This is the kind of day, Bob, you really want to put 2 hands on it, especially in the outfield with the sun and the wind. Ball can knuckle on you right at the last second.
That ball had a lot of slice on it down the right field line, working its way further toward foul territory.
The Brewers are in a position to make it 2 out of 3 in all 3 series here this season. It would be the Cubs' 5th home series loss. 3 will have come to the Brewers if they don't come back here late. On the flip side, they went 4-0 in a series up in Milwaukee. In fact, the Cubs are 6-0 at Miller Park. 2 of those games against the Astros.
Good take that time by Kosuke. Fooled by a changeup earlier in the sequence. That time able to identify the pitch quickly and lay off as that changeup dipped down into the dirt.
And Neil Kotz has thrown a complete game out of the bullpen today. And it's not an ideal situation when you have to get a guy up as many times as Kotz has been up. But that's just been the reality today as he gets ready for the ninth.
Well, and the reality is Neil Kotz has been a relief pitcher his entire career. He knows how to warm up, and he knows once he gets loose, if that phone rings again and it happens to be him, it's not going to take him long to get ready to go into the ball game. He doesn't waste any bullets down there.
2 outs in the inning. Mike Fontenot will bat. Lou has said that it is a definite priority, and has been, when they get relievers up, that generally they get them into the game. But the game situation sometimes dictates that you have to go with the flow.
Solid numbers for the Brewers bullpen so far in this series. A parade of 7 relievers that Dale Swaim ran out there last night really did a nice job. Cubs didn't get 2 looks at the same pitcher after Ben Sheets left the game.
How about the Cubs beat CC Sabathia Tuesday? They lost last night when Sheets went only 2 innings, and they trail again today when Dave Bush went 5. Funny game, isn't it?
It can be. I don't see too many people laughing though.
No. Yeah, I meant funny strange.
Yeah, funny strange.
Funny's kind of a funny word when you think about it. Three and 1 on Fontenot with Soriano on deck. He's trying to get the weight off his bat. Did it on the second try. He was late. Mota throwing 92. He signed with the Mets as a shortstop back in 1990. Played 6 years at that position. Aramis Ramirez in the 4th inning with his 26th. He stretched his hit streak to 10. The other run for the Cubs came on a Jim Edmonds homer in the 2nd. Runner at first, 2 outs, and the pitch to Soriano, fouled it off his leg. He protects the shin and the ankle area, that front leg. Still hurts though.
Well, he's having a hard time walking this one off.
Oh,
got it down on the foot. Yeah, missed the pad completely. Mota figures to be a good matchup for Alfonso Soriano before I even look at the numbers, and I'm wrong. Soriano only 1 for 8 lifetime against Mota, but he's got that sinking fastball, the straight changeup, both with a lot of tailing action. They usually end up down and into a right-handed hitter, right where Fonzie likes him.
Fontenot didn't take a chance. And Soriano still dealing with that foot.
Slider in the dirt away, gets underneath the glove of Jason Kendall, hits his shin guard and trickles over into the on deck circle first base side, but Fontenot holds his ground out there at first.
Off the plate outside. 2-2 the count.
I believe Mota's going to go back to that slider down low and away.
And he got him. 2-out walk, no runs. We'll head to the ninth. It's still 5-2 Milwaukee.
Hey Cubs fans, are you looking to get tickets to the hottest Cubs games this year? Visit Cubs.com and click on StubHub, the official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of Cubs.com. Don't miss all the fun and excitement at the friendly confines with StubHub. There's always a ticket available to a Cubs game.
Everything okay, Carl? I'm winning, right? Yeah, but the other drivers think Aflac sponsorship's giving you an advantage.
Well, if you're sick and you can't work, Aflac pays cash fast to help keep you in the race.
I know, but they see it a little differently. I taught him that.
Aflac. Ask about it at work.
Toyota moving forward is more than just a slogan. It's the way it is. Hello, I'm Bruce Dickstein of David Bruce Toyota. Toyota's having a remarkable year. The reason? Toyota builds superior vehicles. Vehicles like this.
Lease a new 09 Toyota Corolla LE for $179 per month for 36 months or buy for only $16,899.
David Bruce Toyota delivers a buying experience and an atmosphere based on trust and respect that keeps our customers coming back.
Bank of America offers the opportunity to see Wrigley Field like you never have before. Take a 90-minute guided tour and check out the press box, locker room, dugouts, and much more. Tours are available on select dates and can be purchased by calling 1-800-THE-CUBS or by visiting Cubs.com.
Coming up tonight at 6:30 on Sports Night presented by Dex. Full recap of today's Cubs-Brewers contest. The Bears also ramp up for their home opener versus Tampa Bay. Join Mark Shanowski for Sports Night presented by Dex tonight at 6:30 only on Comcast Sportsnet. Fans' best friend. Neil Kotz has gotten into the game. He'll make his 45th appearance. Then he'll face Prince Fielder, who has driven in 7 in the series.
A real nice recovery by Randy Wells after the walk to the first batter he faced to force in a run. He retired every other Brewer hitter he faced.
This is deep, and it just missed just below the basket. Fielder will have another double. He almost picked up a homer. His 4th double of the series.
Well, you can believe the advanced scouts here at this ball game today are making notes on Prince Fielder, and you really only need to make one. Don't let him beat you. Don't throw him anything to hit. That man is as locked in as any hitter I've seen this summer.
That's it for Kotz. Heineken called to the pen. 5-2 Milwaukee.
In celebration of our 100th anniversary,
we're sharing our GM employee discount with everyone.
You pay what we pay.
not a cent more
The GM employee discount.
for everyone.
And now we've extended the discount through September 30th. Use it to get the 2008 Chevy Silverado with better available V8 fuel economy than Tundra and F-150. That's right. Get this 08 Silverado half-ton for around $20,500 after all offers.
I can't believe I'm beating Billie Jean King.
You're not beating me. In fact, you haven't even got a serve in.
Okay, you might want to take a gander at the scoreboard. Whoa, what's with the Geico sign, Billie Jean?
They're sponsoring all this.
I get it. I quit, but I get it. Oh, look at that's hilarious.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
At U.S. Cellular, we believe you shouldn't pay for the calls you can't wait to get.
This month, Feldco windows are 30% off. Beat the high cost of energy. But hurry, this offer ends September 30th.
Call 866 for Feldco.
Michael Wirtz facing J.J. Hardy with Prince Fielder at second and nobody down. Fielder doubled off Neil Cox. Hardy waves at a slider, strike one. By the way, Neil Cox's outing lasted one pitch. Fielder jumped on that first one. Push towards first base, and Wirtz can't get an out. Ball got close to D. Lee, and Michael thought about throwing it and then thought about touching the bag, and it was too late. That's a bunt single for Hardy.
That just can't happen. The Brewers willing to give up an out here to bunting Prince Fielder to third base. You got to either scoop it to Derek Lee at first, take it yourself like Rich Harden did earlier in the ball game. You got to get an out right there.
It looked like Michael had a little tough time getting a handle on it.
It looked like he didn't field it cleanly initially. Maybe didn't have it tucked away in the pocket of the glove. Was a little concerned about reaching in there and grabbing the baseball.
Out toward the gap. Fielder in. Hardy trying to score. Might be a play there. Soto tags him. They get him. Very aggressive send by Garth Orge with nobody out. So that's the first out of the inning. It's 6-2. Hart gets an RBI.
Ball driven all the way to the gap in left center field. Good throw back to the relay man, and Ryan Theriot with a strike to Giovanni Soto at home plate, who once again has that dish blocked off. I think with the bottom of the order coming up, Garth Orge a little more aggressive with that send than he normally would be. Which you can take some chances when you have a lead to ball game as well.
Strike one on Counsell. One out, 6-2 Milwaukee. They went 7-6-2 to get Hardy at home plate. A shot at him at third. Got him. Corey Hart trying to advance a base on a ball that got away from Soto, and Gio nailed him.
Well, that ball hit well out in front of home plate. Nice block by Gio. Good recovery. Well, that is a ill-advised base running gaff that time. Play right in front of Corey Hart there. You could see that ball trickling up the third baseline, leading Soto right into his throw. Ooh.
Very close.
No, it wasn't. He was safe, but we'll take it.
Well, we have to slow it down to look at it.
Yeah. And Joe West is on the outfield side of third base. Probably didn't get as good a look as we had on the slow motion replay. The ball did beat the runner to third base, and unless you mishandle it in some way, shape, or form, the umpire's probably going to call you out.
Got his hand in there. The only thing I wonder is if Ramirez got him on the hand before he got him on the arm. But still might have been late. Doesn't matter now. 2-2 pitch to Counsell. DeRosa will make the grab, and we'll go to the bottom of the ninth. The Brewers do add a run. That'll be a save spot for Solomon Torres, but it is 6-2 Brewers.
All right, your fare is going to be $69.
Wow, it's not bad. That's it?
Yeah. Oh, and give me $25 for a bag fee, $15 for a booking fee. Why don't you just give me your whole wallet? Give me the whole thing. Give it to me now. Give me. Is there a problem?
Yeah, but that's more than you said it would be.
Hidden fees are the other side of some low fares. But on Southwest Airlines, what you see is what you pay. Low fares, no hidden fees.
We're not going anywhere until our demands are met!
What are we gonna do now?
Hello? Jimmy John's?
Order Jimmy John's!
Jimmy John's, America's sandwich delivery experts.
Improving your home is easier than you think at Menards. Special order window images, blinds, and shades are 20% off. Choose from aluminum, cellular, faux wood, vertical, vinyl, or wood blinds. No matter the window, Menards will help get what you need. All attached pad carpet is 19% off. Dynamite Level Loop carpet by Citation in 2 colors is 59 cents a square foot. Warm Springs attached pad is available in 3 colors, only $1.19 a square foot.
Save big money at Menards.
Now the Felco Cubs upcoming schedule, back with you tomorrow afternoon here on Comcast Sportsnet against the Cardinals, first of a 3-game weekend series, and then the Cubs final regular season trip to Shea Stadium, 4-game set, and we'll have Monday and Tuesday 6 o'clock here on Comcast Sportsnet. Solomon Torres trying to get the final 3 outs. He did last night. He gave up a run on 2 hits. But the Brewers won the game 6-2. That's the lead for them right now. 1 strike on Ryan Theriot. 40,678 paid crowd. Hardy will catch it. Theriot lines out. After the game, stick around for Lowe's Cubs Postgame Live. Get highlights of all the action analysis from Todd Hollandsworth. Plus check in on Lou Pinella's postgame remarks. Don't miss Lowe's Cubs Postgame Live immediately following the game right here on Comcast Sportsnet. Fans' best friend. One ball, no strikes on Derek Lee. Our producer today, Pete Toma. Bob Albrecht on assignment. Our director, Dave Turner. Mark Brady, our associate producer. Hammer Anderson, a couple of days off. The executive producer, Cubs baseball here on Comcast Sportsnet, Jim Corno Jr. Special thanks as well to our tech manager, Mark Harper, our stage manager in the booth, Christine Charbonneau, our technical director, Joe Vinci, and our entire crew here at Wrigley Field. Final home telecast on Comcast Sportsnet will be tomorrow. Our master control operator back at our Comcast Sportsnet studios, Barb Hilliard. 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. He's focused.
Is that a statue or was that a real person out there?
A liner, and Braun has it go through his legs. He was playing deep. And it'll probably be a double for Aramis. If it's an error, it would be the first on Braun. We'll see.
Another bullet off the bat of Aramis Ramirez. That ball surprised everybody. As you said, Braun was playing with his heels on the warning track. Tried to come in and make the basket catch. Just didn't get his glove down there low enough.
It's a double. Called strike on Edmonds. in the dirt. Dodgers got a run in the 12th and beat the Pirates today 4-3 at PNC Park. LA leading the West by 4 games. Diamondbacks have played better as of late. Winners of 3 straight. They'll host the Giants tonight. Tim Lincecum and Randy Johnson. There's a base hit. Ramirez is going to score. 6-3. Jim Edmonds with 2 RBIs. Now if DeRosa can get on base, bring the tying run to the plate.
Jim Edmonds had himself a nice day today offensively. Homered in his first at bat. Flew out deep to left field in the 4th. Tap back to the pitcher in the 7th, and here drives in a run with a base hit back up the middle of the field.
Guys have a tough day like D-Rose had. All you want is another chance at redemption.
Get that redeemer. Players talk about it all the time. When you make an error early in the ball game or come up with the bases loaded and don't drive anybody home, you want one more opportunity. Give me another chance.
Edmonds is going to take off right center field. That's going to split the gap, and the tying run will come to the plate. Well, now that we're in this spot, you think about a couple of things. Not only the Braun play out in left, but Bob, I think you go back to the top of the 9th when the Brewers definitely ran into 1 out, but that aggressive send by Garth Orge, he had an out at the plate and an out at third as they were trying to tack on.
Nice piece of hitting by DeRosa. Pulls his hands in close to his body to shoot that ball into the gap in right center on a pitch that was on the inside corner of the plate. Edmonds goes first to third. Reason for optimism here for the Cubs fans with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th.
I mean, the Brewers had their foot on the Cubs' throat in the top of this inning. But they have the tying run at the plate. Here's a pitch to Soto. There's a drive, and it's gonna go to tie it. Whoa! Gio has tied it up. Ryan Braun barely moved. It's 6-6. Can you believe it? All with 2 outs. They gave the Cubs an opening, and they ran right through it.
Whew. 23rd home run of the season for Giovanni Soto. None bigger than that one. For Solomon Torres, his 8th blown save this season.
Two 2-0 on Fukudome. 2-1. A tie ball game.
From pitch tracker. Oh my. If Giovanni Soto had to ask for a pitch, that's where he would want it.
Bouncer up the middle. Hardy will play it. We're going to go to extras. Well, a few fans left, but most of them remained, and they were treated to a game-tying 3-run homer. 6-6.
a professor of seismology. The larger the deal at Bob Roman Schomburg Honda Automobiles, the more folks tend to like it.
Clearance. Get 0.9 APR financing on new 08 Ridgelines, Odysseys, 1.9 APR on Accords, and more.
Bob Roman. You owe it to yourself. Illinois' #1 volume Honda dealer is Bob Roman Schomburg Honda Automobiles. Just 8 blocks west of Woodfield Mall on Gulf Road.
Are you ready for a good shopping experience? Hi, I'm Mike Abt with Abt Electronics and Appliances. Since 1936, our goal has been our customers' complete satisfaction. Whether you're replacing a TV or a refrigerator, building a dream kitchen or a home theater, our knowledgeable staff can assist you. Visit our website at abt.com to get 1-year financing plus free shipping. Abt, pleasing people since 1936.
Nissan set out to create the perfect on-road vehicle, and in the process, created a category. Introducing 2 crossover leaders from Nissan. The redesigned Murano, awarded as an IIHS top safety pick, and the versatile Rogue, named 2008's best new small crossover. Lease the 27 MPG Nissan Rogue, just $229 a month. Don't follow the leader, own one. At your Nissan dealer now.
Welcome to Extra Innings, presented by Chevy. Huge ovation for Giovanni Soto after he tied the game with a 3-run homer.
Our Belvedere going downtown. Home run replayer, the game tire. 23rd home run of the season for Giovanni Soto. The 3 RBIs gives him 86 on the year. Just absolutely crushed to left field. As you mentioned, Ryan Braun never moved out of his tracks out there in left field. Just watched that ball fly well up into the bleachers. He could have done a curtain call on his curtain call. They refused to sit down even after the curtain call.
Reed Johnson's now playing right as part of a double switch to bring Marmol into the game. So Johnson will hit 9th. Excellent numbers for Carlos. Jason Kendall hits it foul. And let's not forget Gio throwing out Corey Hart. That was a big 9th for Soto. DeRosa backhands, gets Kendall. I'd say DeRosa redeemed himself. All those hits came with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. If anybody had made it out, the game would have ended.
You know, Len, I would never speak for the players, but going into that bottom half of the 9th inning, the Brewer fans that are here in attendance today tried to turn this into Miller Park South. They were on their feet. They were chanting for the Brewers, and I'm not sure if the players were aware of it, even if they heard it. But certainly they made their presence felt, tying this ball game up and forcing it into extra innings.
This is our first look at Ricky Weeks in this series. It's been Ray Durham exclusively at second. Missed the slider. 0-2. Seth McClung throwing for Milwaukee. He's listed on their sheet to pitch tomorrow night to start in Cincinnati. So it's all hands on deck at this point.
A little early to start warming up for a start tomorrow night.
Well, the Brewers are playing for their playoff lives. Every game the rest of the way. 4 runs with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th to send it to extras. Called strike 3.
Just absolutely locks up Ricky Weeks on a slider right in the middle of the plate.
And 40 comeback wins. Milwaukee with 39. Marlins and the Astros leading the league in that department. I was talking with Marmol before the game. I said, if you want to have fun with Carlos Zambrano and say, no hitter, huh? You've thrown 100 more innings than I have, and I only trail you in strikeouts by 16. He liked that note. Now it's only 15. It's more about Marmol than it is about Z. 112 strikeouts in 84 innings. Remarkable. He's 0-2 on camera in the pitch. 1-2. Got him. A little bit of a late call by Rapuano. Back-to-back Ks, both of the looking variety for Marmol. So the Cubs now with a chance to win it in the bottom of the 10th in a 6-6 tie.
Back to school? It's all about class. Drive a new 09 Lexus RX 350 with all-wheel drive for only $459 a month.
Bob Rohrman's Arlington, Lexus, and Palatine, just 1 block west of Route 53 on Dundee Road. Back to school. We've done your homework.
Get 3.9 APR for 60 months on any certified pre-owned Lexus. 70 to choose from.
Bob Rohrman's Arlington, Lexus, and Palatine, just 1 block west of Route 53 on Dundee Road.
Are you ready for a good shopping experience? Hi, I'm Mike Abt with Abt Electronics and Appliances. Since 1936, our goal has been our customers' complete satisfaction. Whether you're replacing a TV or a refrigerator, building a dream kitchen or a home theater, our knowledgeable staff can assist you. Visit our website at abt.com to get 1-year financing plus free shipping. Abt, pleasing people since 1936.
This quote of the week is brought to you by Nationwide agent Jeff Vukovich. For an insurance quote for auto, home, life, or business, please call Nationwide agent Jeff Vukovich at 847-825-4783.
Due to the recent storms, Luna has arranged for special emergency financing. For a limited time, make no payments with no interest for 1 year. Plus, get your second room free.
773-202 Luna.
Let's go back to Carlos Marmol's final pitch of the top of the 10th.
Hard slider starts on the outer third of the plate, just dips off the outside corner, but we've seen Ed Rapuano call that pitch that's maybe an inch or two off the outside corner all day long.
A roller coaster ride today. Didn't look good. 6-2 in the bottom of the 9th with 2 outs before they stormed back. And now you have Kerry Wood up. If the Cubs don't win it here in the 10th, probably see Woody in the 11th. That's the thing for the Brewers. They get to extras, and now they have to face Marmol and Wood. Seth McClung facing Reed Johnson. The Brewers will have to come up with another starter tomorrow. Might be Manny Parra because he was put in the pen and hasn't pitched in relief. And again, Dale Swaim's not concerned about tomorrow night in Cincinnati. 1 ball, 1 strike on Reed Johnson. This is his first at bat.
You know, with Reed Johnson's new approach at the plate, he's standing further off the plate. Seems to me like teams are pitching him away a lot more now than they ever have in the past. He used to get plunked once a game when he would start standing right on that inside corner of the dish. You can see how far off the plate he is now.
Rapuano did not ask for an opinion from Ed Hickox at first. He made the call by himself.
And he called it right away. I'm still not a big fan of that. I think you've got 4 sets of eyes out there on the field. Why not use all of them? And I think Reed Johnson had a legitimate gripe there.
Ball 1 on the slider. Ball 2 on a fastball. A wind and the pitch. Soriano was trying to end it right there. And it has been a dismal month for the Brewers. They ended a 5-game losing streak last night. Seemed to be back on track, ahead late, before Solomon Torres gave up 4 runs in the bottom of the 9th. 3 on a game-tying homer from Giovanni Soto. Cubs' 5-game winning streak ended last night. Going to start another one here today. 2-2 to Soriano. It's full. Pitch got him.
Another pitch possibly a little bit off the outside corner, but Jason Kendall squares it up right in front of his body, and they get the call again from Ed Rapuano.
Nothing in 1 to Terrio. 0 for 4. Of the 6 batters and extras have struck out, including all 3 for the Cubs. Here in the 10th, on to the 11th, Kerry Wood coming in.
In celebration of our 100th anniversary,
we're sharing our GM employee discount with everyone. You pay what we pay.
Not a cent more.
The GM employee discount.
For everyone.
And now we've extended the discount through September 30th. Use it to get the 2008 Chevy Silverado with better available V8 fuel economy than Tundra and F-150. That's right. Get this 08 Silverado half-ton for around $20,500 after all offers.
I can't believe I'm beating Billie Jean King.
You're not beating me. In fact, you haven't even got a serve in.
Okay. You might want to take a gander at the scoreboard. Whoa. What's with the Geico sign, Billie Jean?
They're sponsoring all this.
I get it. I quit, but I get it. Oh, look, that's hilarious.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
At U.S. Cellular, we believe you shouldn't pay for the calls you can't wait to get.
6 runs on 7 hits for both teams. The Brewers have had a lot more chances than the Cubs. You think about the first inning when Rich Harden gave up just 1. The 6th inning, they scored 4 unearned runs. They had a chance back in the 5th and didn't score. Kerry Wood here in the 11th. The top of the 9th looming very large. They got 1, but they had 3 straight hits to start the inning. They had a runner thrown out at the plate and then at third base. And then Ryan Braun did not catch a liner hit by Aramis Ramirez with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. That kept the inning alive. A lot of, I wouldn't say little plays, but plays that became big plays after the Soto 3-run homer. Carey with a 1-1 pitch. Now 2 balls and a strike. Pop foul and out of play. Yeah, I do it all the time. I think you watch enough baseball, and you see that it doesn't happen that often that a team scores 4 in the bottom of the 9th to tie it. Got him. Oh, lots of strikeouts from all the pitchers here in extras. But every manager in the history of the game, they always say, got to keep adding on, got to keep adding on. You can never have enough. You can never have enough. And that's why.
Yeah, there is no such thing as a comfortable lead. Especially with the explosiveness of this Cubs offense. You just had the feeling if they could get some guys on base, get a little activity. Didn't look like it was going to happen after 2 quick outs. Terrio and Lee both went down quickly in that top half of the 9th. But the Aramis Ramirez double, as you mentioned, got the whole thing started underneath the glove of Ryan Braun.
And then you have the issue of how closers work with different leads. Talk about you can't walk guys. Well, then you throw it right down the middle. You know, Torres didn't want to put it right there for Soto. Swing and a miss, 0-2. You say it all the time, partner. Human beings play this game. It's not played on paper, and pitchers make mistakes.
The stats that we have access to only show you what's happened in the past. And certainly you can make an educated guess as to what might happen based on those numbers, but there is absolutely no guarantee that what has happened in the past is going to continue to happen.
Well, it wasn't easy for the offense all day. The biggest inning came in the last one in regulation. 0-2 to Braun. Ball 1, 1-2. Oh, by the way, Prince Fielder is on deck. He and Kerry Wood had an epic battle 2 nights ago. Kerry got him on a slurvy slider, as he called it, to end the game.
Woody's stuff looks much crisper today. His command seems to be much better in the early going here. Has spotted his fastball a couple times already. He's kept that slider out of the middle of the plate, with the exception of the called strike 3 to Ray Durham. And that just absolutely froze Ray Durham.
Soto without a play.
Len, that's probably one of the biggest juggling acts that a manager has, other than getting your bench players in there and resting your regulars, is how much work is the right amount for your closer. You don't want to overuse him, but you don't want to let him sit in that bullpen and get to the point where he doesn't have good command of his pitches. And I think through no fault of Lou Pinella's, that's what happened with Kerry Wood. He was just used so sparingly during that time period when the Cubs weren't winning ball games that he was a little rusty.
With the time off over the weekend, no chance to get him in Sunday. Called strike 3. And Rapuano telling Ryan Braun, you better head back to the dugout. I'll send you to the clubhouse.
Another hard slider. Boy, that thing starts belt high, ends up knee high. Once again, just off the outside corner. That's been a strike all day long.
They put the pull shift on against Fielder. Awkward swing, 0-2. Struck him out. He fans the side. Well, the pitcher's dominating here in extras on both sides. As we'll go to the bottom of the 11th, an explosive fastball. Lee, Ramirez, and Edmonds coming up.
All right, your fare is going to be $69.
Wow, it's not bad. That's it?
Yeah. Oh, and give me $25 for a bag fee, $15 for a booking fee. Why don't you just give me your whole wallet? Give me the whole thing. Give it to me now. Give me. Is there a problem?
Yeah, but that's more than you said it would be.
Hidden fees are the other side of some low fares. But on Southwest Airlines, what you see is what you pay. Low fares, no hidden fees.
We're not going anywhere until our demands are met.
What are we gonna do now?
Hello, Jimmy John's?
Who ordered Jimmy John's? Jimmy John's, America's sandwich delivery experts.
Improving your home is easier than you think at Menards. Special order window images, blinds, and shades are 20% off. Choose from aluminum, cellular, faux wood, vertical, vinyl, or wood blinds. No matter the window, Menards will help get what you need. All attached pad carpet is 19% off. Dynamite Level Loop carpet by Citation in 2 colors is 59 cents a square foot. Warm Springs attached pad is available in 3 colors, only $1.19 a square foot.
Save big money at Menards.
All about the home runs for the Cubs today. Jim Edmonds in the second inning with his 19th home run of the season, 18 as a Cub. That tied it. Aramis Ramirez with his 26th home run.
Here's a pitch to Soto. There's a drive, and it's going to go to tie it. Whoa! Gio has tied it up.
For this Cub powerful offense, flexing their muscles here today. Edmonds' home run tied it. Ramirez home run gave the Cubs a short-lived lead, and then Giovanni Soto tied it up again in the bottom of the ninth.
Fastball strike to Derek Lee as we begin the bottom of the 11th. McClung struck out the side in the 10th. We've seen 8 consecutive strikeouts. Marmol struck out the final 2 of the top of the 10th. All 3 Cubs fanned in the last of the 10th. Kerry Wood, 3 strikeouts in the 11th. Make it 9 in a row. Here's Ramirez.
Third baseman, Aramis Ramirez.
He kept the ball game alive with a double. He got through the legs of Ryan Braun.
We've seen some good heat from the pitchers here late in the game. Carlos Marmol was in the mid-90s with his fastball. Kerry Wood, the same thing. Seth McClung throwing 94, 95. Gear it up if you're a hitter.
Jim Edmonds standing by. 3-0 on Ramirez. The next pitch. 3-2.
When you see that ball fouled straight back over the head of the umpire, real good indication that the hitter was right on that pitch. Sweet spot of the bat, just got underneath it a little bit. Violent hack by Aramis Ramirez.
He asked Ed Rapuano, was it a strike? I'm sure he said yes. Belt high fastball. It looked like Kendall gave McClung the same sign 3 times. And he missed. Catchers will do that, right, Bob, when they're committed to a pitch?
Well, I think what Kendall does occasionally is where you see Giovanni Soto on occasion will shake his head no to the pitcher, indicating I want you to shake your head no. Jason Kendall has a little sign he gives with his hand to get the pitcher to shake his head, and then ultimately he went to the fastball away that missed.
So the winning run is on base after the walk, and it's Jim Edmonds at the plate. He had an RBI single in the ninth. He homered back in the second. Outfielders are playing deep. And Corey Hart is about as deep as you can play in right.
And that's the one place the ball doesn't figure to carry real well. The wind's still blowing straight in from right field.
Well, there is so much space out in right and right center in front of the outfielders. Edmonds not thrilled with the last call, which was a strike. It's 1-1. And here's the pitch. Strike 2. Jim with another word or two for Rapuano. And he's been thrown out in the middle of an at-bat. You can't argue balls and strikes. Most umpires will let a guy quietly argue, and we'll see what happens here with Lou. It's like Edmonds is saying, that's a ball. That's a ball.
Well, the rule book says you can't argue balls and strikes, and I think Jim Edmonds' point is I wasn't arguing. I was just making a statement. It's a ball. Well, it appeared that both the called strikes on Edmonds were off the outside corner, something that we've talked about throughout the day. Ed Rapuano has gone off the outside corner for both righties and lefties. This was the first pitch that got the argument started. It was off the plate away, and then this was the called strike 2. Just about the same location, maybe a little bit further outside. And when Edmonds continued the conversation about the width of the strike zone, Rapuano was going to have nothing to do with it.
Lou's still out there. And he's going to have to pick a pinch hitter who will come in with a 1-2 count.
Well, you're going to need a center fielder. Reed Johnson's already been used as a pinch hitter in this ball game. Actually, he's in. Is he still in the game?
He is.
Yes, he is.
Right.
Yeah, he's in right field now.
So you can move him to center. PA can play center. The question is who's going to bat.
I think it's going to be PA.
It will be PA.
Tough circumstances for the youngster coming up to the plate with a 1-2 count and a real wide strike zone.
But now Mike Maddox is going to go out after this rather lengthy ejection delay.
Guess that after the first called strike and Edmonds squawked a little bit to Ed Rapuano, he probably said that's enough, I don't want to hear anymore. And then when Edmonds continued the argument after the second called strike, the home plate umpire had heard all he wanted to hear.
The thing that's fun about these arguments is that everybody involved is trying to say, wait a minute, let me explain. Everybody's talking at the same time. So we'll resume with PA at the plate, a 1-2 count. Ramirez at first, and 1 out. Here we go. A short lead by Ramos. The pitch. Ground ball right to fielder. He's going to throw, get it out at second base. The relay is late. They're trying to go 3-6-3.
The fielder very nearly lost that ball in the sun. You could see him backing up, trying to fight the sun, block it with his glove, and with Felix Pa's speed, no chance of turning that double play.
DeRosa with 2 outs.
McClung is pretty quick to home plate for a big guy. He uses a slide step and unloads the ball quickly, but you'd really like to see Felix P.A. working for a maximum lead over there, try to steal a base in this situation. Fastball up and into Mark DeRosa. No intent. You can see Jason Kendall sets up low and away. The pitch was probably over the inside corner, but head high.
Bob Howery up in the pen. DeRosa with a base hit. PA will turn and head to third. Winning run is 90 feet away with 2 outs, and Giovanni Soto coming up.
Boy, DeRosa does turn it up a notch. He actually buggy whipped that fastball into left field. Inner part of the plate. PA showcasing that speed, able to go first to third on a base hit to left field, right in the face of Ryan Braun.
Well, Soto tied it, and now he can win it. DeRosa runs, and they're not even going to throw down to second. Second and third, 2 outs. The 1-0 pitch. Cameron back on it. He catches it. Gio gave it a ride. The inning is over. Off to the 12th. They were hoping. Still 6-6.
I'm a professor of seismology. The larger the deal at Bob Roman Schomburg Honda Automobiles, the more folks tend to like it.
Clearance. Get 0.9 APR financing on new 08 Ridgelines, Odysseys, 1.9 APR on Accords, and more.
Bob Roman. You owe it to yourself. Illinois' #1 volume Honda dealer is Bob Roman Schomburg Honda Automobiles. Just 8 blocks west of Woodfield Mall on Gulf Road.
Are you ready for a good shopping experience? Hi, I'm Mike Abt with Abt Electronics and Appliances. Since 1936, our goal has been our customers' complete satisfaction. Whether you're replacing a TV or a refrigerator, building a dream kitchen or a home theater, our knowledgeable staff can assist you. Visit our website at abt.com to get 1-year financing plus free shipping. Abt, pleasing people since 1936.
Nissan set out to create the perfect on-road vehicle, and in the process, created a category. Introducing 2 crossover leaders from Nissan. The redesigned Murano, awarded as an IIHS top safety pick, and the versatile Rogue, named 2008's best new small crossover. Lease the 27 MPG Nissan Rogue, just $229 a month. Don't follow the leader, own one. At your Nissan dealer now.
Felix P.A.'s playing center. Edmonds got ejected, and he pinch hit for him. Here's the last pitch.
Boy, Gio hit it crisply into center field. Belt high fastball, middle of the plate. Up in the wind out there in center field and feathered. Mike Cameron with a nice running catch going back near the warning track and straightaway center.
Kerry Wood for his second inning. Tried the front door slider, and it missed. 1 ball, no strikes. Cubs have used 7 pitchers. Milwaukee 6. The Brewers have used 14 the last 2 games combined.
Nobody warming up for the Brewers, so you have to assume that Seth McClung would go back out for another inning of work. As you mentioned, he was scheduled to start the ball game in Cincinnati tomorrow. He's been stretched out enough that they can probably get at least another inning, maybe 2 out of their big right-hander.
Hard next. Up the middle and through for a hit.
Woody tries the kick save out there on the mound, kind of gets spun around on his follow through, facing first base. He's tried to stick that leg out there and knock that ball down, but it got through into center field for a base hit. We'll see how Swaim chooses to play it here. Corey Hart at the plate has put down 3 sacrifice bunts this season. The way he struggled in this series, you'd have to believe he's going to try to bunt J.J. Hardy up to second base here. Obvious bunting situations. Pitchers are taught to throw that 4-seamer up around the letters. Very tough to get on top of that ball, bunt it down safely on the ground, and Corey Hart did exactly what the Cubs were hoping he'd do. Pop that ball up in the air, foul. Well, actually, they were hoping he'd pop it up in fair territory.
He bunted through, strike 2. How you feeling over there? You didn't bring a jacket today.
No, the only game of the series I didn't bring a jacket. I woke up, the sun was shining brightly, saw the forecast in the newspaper. Didn't think I'd need one today, but that's why you bring one every day.
You can borrow mine whenever you want. I'm just doing this for the camera. Here you go, partner.
Yeah, okay. Right. Go ahead and put it back on now.
Okay. Into the gap. Hardy to third. Hart on his way to second. Safe. He just got in. They had a shot at him.
Just over Ryan Theriot toward that gap in left center. Great play by Felix Piet to get over there, cut it off, and throw back to second base rather than third base. And Hart just does get in underneath the tag at second.
Lou Piniella heading out, and we're going to see some quick action. Sean Marshall and Bob Howry will get loose. I do have a Blackhawks t-shirt. I don't know if that would help. Wear it like a blanket.
It's just fine. Just fine.
Cardinals come in for the weekend. Final home series of the regular season. Second and third, no outs. Carlos Villanueva up in the Brewer pen. Always good to see Bill Castro, their longtime bullpen coach.
I mentioned McClung is probably able to throw more innings in this ball game, but with his spot due up 3 hitters away, if the Brewers have a chance to tack on some runs or score some runs in this inning, there's no question they would pinch hit, take McClung down, and take their chances with anybody out of the bullpen.
Ball one inside the Council.
Under Ned Yost, the Brewers had used the squeeze play 9 times this year. 3 of those came with Ben Sheets on the mound, and in all but one of those 9 squeeze attempts, there were runners at first and third.
Ground ball, and that's going to keep the runners right where they are. 1 out. DeRosa throwing out Council.
The infield snuggled in there at the edge of the grass, right to Mark DeRosa. Big first out in the inning. See what the Cubs are going to do here with Jason Kendall. Looks like they're going to go right after him. Infield in again.
And Joe Dillon has jumped into the on-deck circle for McClung. They're going to throw to the plate, and they have Hardy caught up. Hart in between second and third. They get the out. 2 down. Well, they'll go 5-2 to 6. Well, another Brewer base runner getting thrown out at third or home. The third one since the 9th.
Going on contact and running right into that out. Well, Dale Swaim is still managing this ball club in spring training. I think they're going to spend a lot of time on base running drills. He breaks right away on contact. Gets caught up in the rundown. The Cubs handle it perfectly. Terrio coming over to field the throw back at third base after Ramirez had thrown to Soto to initiate the rundown.
Joe Dillon. Pinch hitting first and second, 2 outs. They had him at second and third with nobody out. (16) at bats with runners in scoring position for the Brewers. They picked up 6 hits. 0-2. Dillon recalled on September 1st for his 3rd stint this season with the Brewers. Cubs fans standing, hoping for a big strikeout or any sort of out. They'll look down at first. And Hickok said no swing.
Looked like Dillon just was able to hold up.
Terrio to first. Got him. Kerry Wood gets out of it. Second and third, nobody down. And we're still tied. 6-6 to the last of the 12th.
When a major hospital wanted to add on to their benefits package at no direct cost to the company, their very first word was... Aflac, Aflac. Find out more at aflacforbusiness.com.
The Chicago Cubs strongly encourage the use of public transportation. The CTA offers a variety of options, including the Red Line, which stops right at Wrigley Field at the Edison Station. If you must drive, try the remote parking operation at DeVry University, located near the Edison and Rockwell intersection. The remote lot offers parking and an express bus for just $6. For more details, call the CTA hotline at 773-836-7000 or visit Cubs.com.
Nissan set out to create the perfect on-road vehicle, and in the process, created a category. Introducing 2 crossover leaders from Nissan, the redesigned Murano, awarded as an IIHS top safety pick. And the versatile Rogue, named 2008's best new small crossover. Lease the 27 MPG Nissan Rogue, just $229 a month. Don't follow the leader, own one. At your Nissan dealer now.
Thursday at Chicago Tribune Live, the North Side is ready to clinch the division. We'll recap the game against the Brew Crew, plus we'll preview the Sox-Yankees battle in New York City as they continue their push to the playoffs. Catch all that and more Thursday at 5:30.
Been a memorable day here in the friendly confines as the Cubs scored 4 runs after 2 were out in the 9th. The tie it at 6. Kerry Wood got out of a major pileup in the top of this 12th inning. Carlos Villanueva is on again for the Brewers. He's now worked in all 3 games of the series, and he's facing Darrell Ward, who bats for Wood. Villanueva working from the stretch. Here's a pitch. Low for ball 1.
This is one of those situations, Len, where you're thankful for the expanded rosters. Darrell Ward, if he should happen to reach base, we know he's going to be taken down for a pinch runner. Felix Piet already in the ball game because of the ejection of Jim Edmonds. I would assume it'd be Ronnie Cedeno should Darrell Ward get on base.
Behind in the count. Four for his last 11 in the pinch. Going back to his 3-run game-winning homer on August 15th in the top of the 9th in Florida. Turned a 5-3 deficit into a 6-5 win. The 2-2 to Ward outside. He's worked a full count. Decision pitch. Ball 4, I think. Darrell Ward waiting. Winning run is on base, and Jason Marquis will run.
I'll tell you, this is a fastball that is not that much further off the plate than we've seen strikes called all game long. I think if Jason Kendall had caught that ball a little better, he may have bought a call from the home plate umpire, but because he hit it off the heel of the glove, dropped it onto the ground, Darrell Ward takes his base at first and will be taken down by Jason Marquis as the pinch runner. This is kind of surprising.
Well, we have seen Jason run before, but as you said, Cedeno was available. And as Johnson pulled the bat back. There's Ronnie Cedeno in the dugout. Well, Jason likes to call himself a baseball player, not just a pitcher. With the bat on the bases,
And I think because of Ronnie's versatility in an extra inning ball game, he can play outfield, he can play any of the infield spots. I think perhaps Lou wants to make sure that he keeps that jack of all trades available on the bench should this game continue.
Johnson squares on the 2-0 and he pushes it foul.
Movement on that Brewers infield as Reed Johnson bunted that ball foul down the first baseline. There were holes everywhere.
Villanueva tosses, Durham covering. Bob, we're in the 12th inning. The Cubs are just 2 for 3 with runners in scoring position. So they've come through, but they haven't had a lot of chances.
Well, they've got a chance right now. They've got the right guys coming up to the plate, the top of the order.
They are going to intentionally pass Soriano. Six runs and only 3 official at bats with runners in scoring position. They had the solo homers early from Edmonds and Ramirez. The Cubs didn't have a runner in scoring position until the 9th. And the 2 big hits in those spots, an RBI single by Edmonds scoring Ramirez, and then 2 batters later Soto tied the game with a 3-run homer. First and second, 1 out. Marquis, the pinch runner, representing the tying run. Soriano behind him at first. The offering to Terrio, a fly to right. Hart is going to get there. Marquis is going to tag. First and third with 2 gone.
Good read by Jason Marquis. Saw that Corey Hart was going to catch that ball as he was backing up in right field, so he went back to second base, tagged, and advances to third. Lou trying to get the attention of Alfonso Soriano and Matt Sinatro down at first base.
The fielder trying to sneak in behind Soriano briefly. Keep that lead short. Winning run at third, it's Marquis. Lee the batter. Soriano faked, or at least started for second and then stopped.
I think he got faked out. He thought Villanueva was going to do that fake to third and wheel to first move right there. He took one huge step towards second base and then slammed on the brakes.
There he goes this time, a swing and a miss. No steal, defensive indifference to get Soriano to second. He can't score with 2 outs. Key guy is Marquis at third, and Derek Lee at the plate trying to knock him in. Kick in the 1-1, hit foul. Cubs are a hit away from cutting their magic number in the division from 4 to 2. The pitch too high.
And Len, we've had this conversation in the past about this particular situation. For Alfonso Soriano, there's really nothing to be gained by getting a big lead at second base. There's really no reason to take a lead at second base. His run means absolutely nothing in this situation.
And for the most part, the only thing that can happen would be a bad thing. 2-2 to Lee. That's the ball game. Cubs win. Marquis scores. And they storm out of the dugout. Derek Lee wins it. 7-6 the final. The magic number's 2. They win it in 12, 7-6.
Villanueva ready to throw his glove out there on the mound. It looked like he went back to the same slider he got Derek Lee to fish for earlier in the sequence. This time he left it up over the plate. D. Lee lined it right back up the middle of the field for the game winner.
So they take the series 2 of 3. And let's go down to Gail Fisher with Derek Lee.
All right, guys, Derek, you did it. I think dinner will be free no matter where you go out tonight. Talk about that pitch. What were you looking for?
Well, I was just sitting back trying to make contact. I thought the play of the game, though, Giovanni Soto hitting a 3-run home run and getting us back in at 4-run ninth to tie it up. It was just a great comeback.
What can you say about this team, obviously, making this comeback, sticking with it? You had to go a few extra innings, but you guys hung in there.
It just shows the character of this team. We're never out of it. We just keep playing. We believe in ourselves, and we see comebacks like this.
You hear this crowd. Obviously, it's very exciting. You guys, magic number down to 2. You could clinch this thing at home. How great would that be?
That'd be a lot of fun. You know, last year we did it in Cincinnati. It'll be fun to do it in front of these fans right here and watch them have a little fun.
All right, Derek Lee, hero of the game here, along with Giovanni Soto, who tied the game to keep this game going into extras. Big Cub victory. Guys, let's send it back to you.
All right, Gail, thank you. They keep finding ways. Down to their final chance in the 9th. And as Lee said, the 3-run homer by Soto, tying it up. And Giovanni Soto is our Chevy player of the game. Look at that swing right there.
Oh, beautiful.
And the throw. Swing. Remember the out he got in the top of the 9th.
Yep. Halden caught a great game once again today, but everybody will remember that 9th inning home run.
Just incredible. This is why you stick around till the very end. And the winning pitcher, Kerry Wood, he beats Carlos Villanueva 3 hours and 47 minutes. Well, you got to believe in the Cubs here in 2008. That'll do it for our game coverage. Stay tuned. Lowe's Postgame Live is coming up with Luke Stuckmeyer and Todd Hollingsworth. Our next Cubs telecast will be tomorrow, final home game of the year here on Comcast Sportsnet. We'll hit the air at 12:30 with Lexus pregame live. Once again, the final today in 12. What a thriller. Cubs 7, Brewers 6. Today's in-game scoring provided by ScorePad. For my partner Bob Brenly, for Dale Fisher, Pete Tolman, Dave Turner, Mark Brady, and our entire Comcast Sportsnet crew. Len Casper saying goodbye from the ballpark. And again, Lowe's Postgame Live right around the corner. You've been watching Cubs baseball on Comcast Sportsnet.
Luke Stuckmeyer here. Coming up next, it's Lowe's Cubs Postgame Live. Todd Hollinsworth will join me to break down today's thrilling game. Plus, we will have all the live postgame press conferences for you. That's coming up next on Comcast Sportsnet.
We followed this rainbow to its end, and you can't imagine what we found. The Internet. Seems it can't hide here either. Simply insert the AT&T Laptop Connect card, and you're connected at up to 3G speeds. Download inventory reports or attend a webinar, all on the go. I'm Bill Curtis, and I just found the Internet.
The Internet can't hide anymore. Switch to the network with the best coverage and get the AT&T Laptop Connect card for free.
What am I gonna do now?
This is roadside assist. I see you've been in a crash.
I'm pinned.
I'm sending an ambulance.
Oh no. I need you to do something for me.
Of course.
Can you call Jimmy John's?
Sorry I'm late. I got stuck behind an ambulance.
Jimmy John's, America's sandwich delivery experts.
Nissan set out to create the perfect on-road vehicle, and in the process, created a category. Introducing two crossover leaders from Nissan. The redesigned Murano, awarded as an IIHS top safety pick, and the versatile Rogue, named 2008's best new small crossover. Lease the 27 MPG Nissan Rogue, just $229 a month. Don't follow the leader, own one. At your Nissan dealer now.
I am your idea, and I'm huge. Tab me, bind me, stack me, send me round. I'm your big idea. You can't stop this. I'm your biggest idea. And Rico moves me, shows me, sends me. Leaves me behind, but never in a bind. It's the big time. I'm your big idea. And Rico's how we go and go and go.
Cubs baseball on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you in part by Southwest Airlines. With Southwest Airlines, you're now free to be more productive. Visit southwest.com today. Menards. And Menards, you'll find big lumber yards, big selection, and big savings. And by your local Chicagoland Buick Pontiac GMC dealers.
To the lead. That's the ball game. Cubs win. Marquis scores. And they storm out of the dugout. Derek Lee wins it. 7-6 the final.
D. Lee saves his best for last, the RBI single to win it after the huge comeback in the ninth inning with 2 outs in the Giovanni Soto game-tying home run. Cubs win 7-6. And look out at that magic number. It is down to just 2 until the Cubs clinch the division, now 9 up in the Central. Hello and welcome to Lowe's Cubs Postgame Live. I'm Luke Stuckmeyer. To my left is former Cub and former Rookie of the Year Todd Hollinsworth stepping in for Dan Plesac today. We also want to send along our condolences and prayers to the Plesac family on the passing of Dan's father this week. This was an unbelievable ball game. I know Dan wishes he was watching this at some point today, and he probably was watching. Talk about this comeback, because it's never over with this team. Down to 2 outs. We were sitting here getting ready for a solemn post-game show, and all of a sudden things happened.
Incredible comeback. This was one of those games that it was so much fun to be a part of. Just to even see it here sitting in the studio. Wow, what a comeback. 2 outs in the ninth to rally. We get the big base hit right here that kind of got it going off Ramey's bat, and then to get the home run from Gio to tie this ball game up. You just felt destiny kind of starting to set in right here. As this thing unfolded, with D-Lee getting the big hit in the 12th. I mean, it just didn't seem right if the Cubs would have somehow lost this game. Of course, they didn't.
And they were scuffling to get guys on base. Mark DeRosa had a rough day in the field earlier in the game. He comes back and makes up for it. Keeps the ball rolling here in the ninth inning, and all of a sudden you've got the bases loaded, 2 outs, and Giovanni Soto. This was a no-doubter.
Absolutely. You watch Braun in left field doesn't even move him. He doesn't even move a muscle. This ball was crushed. He was looking for a first pitch fastball, and he got it, answered the bell.
After you see a guy hit that home run, And you know you've got Marmol and Wood coming up. Any question in your mind if you're in that Cubs dugout that you're going to be able to pull this game out?
Well, there shouldn't be. You've regained all the momentum. I mean, this is something that, basically happened. It set itself up for a Cubs win. This is something that, that's why this team's winning. That's why they're coming back. You've got two guys at the end of your bullpen who have dominated all year long. The offense got it done, got that ball game tied and into the hands of Woody and Marmol, who were able to hold on long enough to get the big base hit by D. Lee in the 12th.
Cubs had some opportunity to score runs here in this game. Derek Lee had been struggling at the plate in this game, but not on this at-bat. Seems like there's guys on this team that when you need somebody to come through, Derek Lee's a pretty good guy. Aramis Ramirez is a good guy to have
Absolutely.
up there.
I think Derek Lee has been swinging the bat really, really well his last 6 games. This was a big base hit. There was a curveball right there. That's a guy who's staying back. The one thing that I've kind of noticed about Derek in his swing and his struggles a little bit was that he was kind of getting out in front of himself a little bit. His hips were opening up, and he was kind of pulling off the ball. The last 3 or 4 games, he's driven in, I want to say, 5 or 6 runs. He has really been staying through the ball, and he has really been looking to drive the ball the other way. We saw that the other night on a curveball from Mr. Wolf against Houston. He drove the ball off that wall in Miller Park. That's just the first thing that told me this is a guy who's staying on the ball right now. You saw it right there on that curveball. He drove it right back up the middle. I think D. Lee is finding his stroke.
Yeah, before we had the big comeback with 2 outs in the 9th, I thought, well, a lot of this postgame would be talking about bullpen struggle a little bit in this game, Samardzija struggle a little bit. But the way it turns out, the bullpen had a pretty good game. You had Marmol and Kerry Wood came in, and they looked filthy out there.
Dominant. Those 2 innings in which they both pitched was dominant. They came in, struck out a bunch of guys, and we were sitting here going, this is going to be a home run game because everybody's striking everybody out. There's been some questions about the bullpen here lately, but I don't think this is something that's going to carry over. Not the way this team operates. This team picks itself up in more ways. The pitching picks up the hitting. The hitting's been picking up the hitting at times all throughout the year, and that's what great chemistry is all about. You heard Derek Lee talk about that right after the game, what great chemistry this team has. I believe that that's why this team has had so much success. They do have great chemistry. They find ways to win, and they find ways to pick each other up.
12th inning, Kerry Wood's gotten himself into some trouble here in the last few days at the end of the games, but just like those other games, he came up with the big pitches when he needed to. The Cubs were in some trouble here in the 12th and looked like the Brewers were going to score, but Woody buckled down and he got the guys he had to.
Absolutely. He's done that his last few times out. He's kind of dominated in a way where he's kind of put himself in that, oh no, what's getting ready to happen? Even Luke came out to the mound and everybody was sitting on the edge of their seats, but you know what? He made pitches. He kept the ball in the infield. He had runners on second and third, which you're looking to do right there. They brought the infield in. They wanted to keep the ball on the infield, and that's exactly what they did, and they were able to make the plays. So there was no sacrifice fly involved. There was no having to pitch around anybody. He went right after guys, and he got the outs that he needed to get.
We will bring you Lou Piniella when he comes to the podium. We are waiting right now, so let's take our first break and check out tonight's Buick Pontiac GMC opinion poll. We want to know, when do you think the Cubs are going to clinch the Central Division titles? It can be Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or is it going to be next week against the Mets? Log on to ComcastSportsNet.com. Click that link. Chicago, the magic number is down to 2. More Lowe's Cubs postgame live coming up next.
If you missed today's Cubs game, Comcast customers can go to channel 999 and watch Cubs games on Comcast Sportsnet On Demand. Cubs games on Comcast Sportsnet On Demand, only on Comcast, subject to availability.
Can you match this? Shouldn't be a problem. Cool.
This?
Yes.
This?
Sure. Let me show you.
With our free color matching system, Lowe's can match any color you can come up with or come in with.
This?
This? This?
This?
This?
This?
Absolutely.
And Lowe's carries high-quality Valspar paint. Lowe's. Let's build something together.
Stop by Lowe's for Valspar exterior flat paint. Now only $19.98.
This quote of the week is brought to you by Nationwide agent Jeff Vukovich. For an insurance quote for auto, home, life, or business, please call Nationwide agent Jeff Vukovich at 847-825-4783.
If ever you're not satisfied with one of our tires, please feel free to bring it back. Thank you. Discount Tire Company.
Low prices, more choices on the world's best brands, like Michelin and B.F. Goodrich.
Nissan set out to create the perfect on-road vehicle, and in the process, created a category. Introducing 2 crossover leaders from Nissan. The redesigned Murano, awarded as an IIHS top safety pick. And the versatile Rogue, named 2008's best new small crossover. Lease the 27 MPG Nissan Rogue, just $229 a month. Don't follow the leader, own one. At your Nissan.
Update your bathroom with your one-stop shop for quality products, Menards. Start with a new shower from Advanta by Max. They're durable and easy to install. The Himalaya shower is only $249. This Jersey model is only $399. Save money with energy-efficient Richmond water heaters. This 40-gallon natural gas model is $329. The 40-gallon power vent vents horizontally through PVC pipe, now only $598.
Save big money at Menards.
The D&D difference on Mediacom On Demand. Get an exclusive on-demand price if you call the number on the screen. Choose from many pre-owned vehicles rated at over 30 miles per gallon. And come with a D&D exclusive 7-day money-back guarantee. Simply tune into Mediacom Channel 1 and select Smart Shop. Then go to Smart Automotive and select D&D Difference to start shopping for your next vehicle. Shopping made easier and a whole lot smarter with Mediacom Channel 1 Video On Demand.
Only one me in the galaxy. I am an endangered species. This kind of flower don't grow on Earth. Just let you know for what it's worth.
You are making me look like a fool, and I'm trying to be an established actress. I have an ill, divining soul.
Ladies and gentlemen, New York.
New York Goes to Hollywood, Mondays at 10, 9 Central.
If I hit the ball in the air, it was gonna hang there. I mean, I got it right in the barrel. I just wanted to hit a line drive, but you know, it carried a little bit. So, you know, I just want to have good at bats and you know, have myself in good counts and swing at good pitches to make it happen.
On the home run, neither Cameron or Braun moved a step. Were you also that positive it was out?
Once I hit it, you know, you never know in here with this win and this talent, but. I hit, you know, I got all of that one, and you know, I looked up, and it was for sure gone. Also, you know, I was excited for me and my teammates and stuff.
Well, how excited was everybody for D. Lee, though?
Everybody was pulling for him, and we never doubted him. We always 100% behind our captain, and, you know, he's a leader, and you know, he got it done today.
What is it like to round the bases in a moment like that and have those people in there, you know, going absolutely crazy?
It was one of the most... I've been having like a lot of big moments lately. It felt really good that, you know, I can come through for my team right there.
We talked about getting out of that second and third jam, nobody out, when you guys went about defending it and pitching it.
Yeah, I mean, Lou came out and, you know, he asked Carey, what do you want to do with this guy? Should we walk him and play, infield in and don't play at home? And he wanted to go after him, and, you know, that's what we did. We went power and, you know, hard inside, and he managed to get a ground ball, and then we got a guy at third in the rundown, and then we got a third out, so it was pretty good right there.
You said we needed this as a team. You got an 8-game lead with a week to go. Why do you feel this was such an important game?
Just to not fall on a bad pattern. I mean, we been playing good baseball, so we want to keep, you know, it's contagious. Everything is, you know, hitting, you know, tempo and rhythm of the game, you know, it's all contagious. So you want to keep it, you know, playing good and having big moments just to, you know, to clinch as fast as possible and to keep your team in big spots to see how you react and coming out, you know, successfully.
Gio, how about the fact that you guys have done this a lot this year? Coming from behind, it looked like you're dead in the ninth inning. You come from behind and you win a game that didn't look like you're gonna win.
It's pretty good. I mean, you can see it like every day. It's a different person. It's not like every day Soriano or Rami. I mean, they pretty much every day. But you know, we got a lot of guys that can get it done. Reader and, you know, Edmonds, and, you know, we got a lot of guys that have been great throughout the whole year coming through for us. It's not like there's always the same guy. We try to play as a team, and that's how we do it.
What's that bench like in the ninth? There was 2 outs, nobody on. I mean, is everybody resigned to attack? That's it?
You know, they were pulling for me, and they had hopes, and, you know, I was going to give it, you know, good at bat, trying to have, you know, a pitch out over the plate to see if I can put the barrel on, and that's what I did, and went.
Gio, you had been working with home plate off ball game. Were you surprised that he turned around and threw Jim Edmonds out at that point?
I really don't know the situation. Obviously, you know, it was a ball and strike situation, so I guess you can't argue balls and strikes, so he got pissed and tossed him out.
Did he seem to be calling balls and strikes pretty normally?
I mean, normal, yeah. I didn't really see what, pitched to Edmonds, but for the most part, it's pretty average, normal.
6 inches outside. At least.
I couldn't see that, from the dugout. We only could see the height. We don't know where it's at.
We have Lou ready.
Thank you. Thank you.
Giovanni Soto, our Feltco star of the game. 2 outs in the ninth, a 3-run home run. He's had a pretty good week. He caught a no-hitter. Now he ties the game up in the ninth, but the Cubs go on to win as they cut their magic number to just 2 this afternoon with a come-from-behind win, their 40th of the season. Welcome back to Cubs Postgame Live. Luke Stuckmeyer here with Todd Hollandsworth. It's time now for our 4 seasons. Who's hot, who's not around the league the last 7 days. There's been some good players out there. Manny Ramirez has been really hot, hitting .423.11 for his last 26 and 4 ribbies. Brandon Webb of Arizona, look out for their ace, 2-0 with an ERA of 1.20. Who's not? Ryan Ludwig of St. Louis. Cubs get the Cards next. He's 4 for his last 24 and 8 strikeouts. And Matt Cain of the Giants, 8 earned runs and 0-2 the last 7 days. Let's take a look at our pitching recap. Way back when, it was Rich Harden against Dave Bush. I can barely remember it at this point. Rich Harden came into this game. He looked like he was going to struggle early on, but then things kind of came together. Threw a lot of pitches, but he only gave up the 1 run.
Well, I think the one thing that he was discussing early on about his control, about pinpointing his pitches. Don't worry about my velocity. Let's worry about where I'm putting the ball. He kind of didn't do that today. I mean, you're hoping to get more than 5 innings out of him. 115 pitches, 5 innings. Okay start. That's what it was. It wasn't something that was great. He got him through 5, and that's about all you got out of him today.
Okay, Lou Pinella's meeting with the media. Let's listen
2
in
outs
at Wrigley.
and nobody on. Then Woody pitching himself out of a 2nd and 3rd jam with no outs. I went out and talked to him. He says, well, I'll get 3 strikeouts. I says, no, just get 3 ground balls. That's exactly what he did. That's what he did.
What do you think of making a comeback like this when it looks so unlikely at the bottom?
I'll tell you, I mean, that's the beauty of baseball. I mean, you never know what's going to happen till you get that final out. I think we had 2 or 3 hits only going into the 9th inning. And in the 9th inning, I think we ended up with 4 more, and the big one being the 3-run homer by Soto. That was huge, obviously. It was a heck of a ball game. I mean, I can say that because we won it, but it's uplifting to us, and it's got to be deflating to the other team because they played their hearts out too.
Seems like quite a struggle. I mean, Harden pitched well, but he leaves you with 4 more innings to fill.
Well, he threw the ball really well. His command was off. I think you'll see him get sharper the next time out because now he'll be on regular turn 5 days. He had really good stuff. At one time, I think he had struck out 5 or 6 guys in a row. The error in the 1st inning made him throw more pitches. I think he had a 35-pitch 1st inning, which I told Larry we're going to be lucky if we get 5 or 6 today. But when you strike out people, like he did, and you walk people like he did, the pitch count's going to go up quickly. And that's exactly what happened. I think he threw more pitches in this ball game than he has at any time this year. What do you think, Sullivan? Is that right? Or you're falling asleep on me over here? You had a bad night last night. No, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm going to have a bad night tonight. Oh, gosh. Oh, Lord.
What happened with Edmonds?
he thought that the pitches were outside. And he got into a little war of words with the umpire, and when that happens, the umpire usually wins. Yeah.
I didn't mean to cut you off.
No.
Some other people have begun to make this case. Is Soto your MVP this year for this team?
You know, you can look at this thing. Let's just wait. We can talk about all these things. We got 2 more games that we got to get under our in that W column. Once we do that, we can talk about all these different awards and scenarios. Right now, I'm going to tell you this. What this team shows, it's a team. We get contribution throughout. And yeah, we've got people here that have done wonderful jobs, but we've got a lot of them. So I don't get into these award things. Let's keep thinking team, and let's keep winning a few more baseball games, and then we can talk about all these things later on after the season's over. But you know, Soto's done a heck of a job. Marmo's done a heck of a job. There's been quite a few of them here that have done heck of a jobs.
How about Derek Lee today, getting that clutch hit?
Yeah, big hit, clutch, 2 outs, 2 strikes, base hit right up the middle. That's what you try to teach your hitters when they're young in the minor leagues, and even when they come up to the big leagues. Stay up the middle with the ball with 2 strikes. Don't try to overdo, and that's what he did. He just got a pitch down and away. It was a pretty good pitch by the pitcher, by the way. He just served it right up the middle for a base hit, and Marquis came in and scored a run.
I think he was over 5 at that.
You know what? That one counts for 3 or 4 for me.
You had a chance to win tomorrow, but you'd have to wait around and find out what...
We're not going. Look, let's just wait. Let's win tomorrow if we can. And whatever happens on the road happens with I'm not going to sit around here. I mean, I think if we win tomorrow afternoon, the bars in Wrigley will be waiting around. I'm not going to be part of that scene. No, I don't think so. No.
Any word on Godin today at all?
You know, I didn't today. I didn't. You know, you look at our pitching staff. We've missed some experience in the middle. We have.
Louis mentioned 2 wins that you got to get.
Is he going to be available to you?
I don't know. I mean, you know what? We just got him on the mound. I don't think he's. Oh, I don't know. When's the last time he's pitched? What has it been? 3 weeks?
August 29th.
August 29th. So it's been 3 weeks. He's got to face hitters a few times, and we've told the pitching people down there to let us know when he's ready. When he's ready, then we'll get him back here.
You mentioned the 2 wins you got to get in the column. Is it meaningful that today puts you in position to kind of take
No
care of
question.
this weekend?
No question, sir. No question. No question. I mean, this was a big swing. 2-game swing. A 2-game swing in the win-loss column. A huge swing. And when you're in position like we are, 2 games in 1 day is a lot.
Soto talked about just keeping the.
Magic number is 2. Lou's ready to go celebrate a little bit tonight. Not too much maybe, but we'll have to see about that. Still to come on the show, we'll have our poll results and look ahead to tomorrow when Carlos Zambrano makes his first start since Sunday's no-hitter.
And now it's time for the Stay in the Game Hold Spotlight, brought to you by Just for Men Hair Color.
But as we go to break, here's a look at our Just for Men Hair Color Stay in the Game Hold Spotlight. Todd Coffey came in the 6th, shut down the Cubs, allowing just 1 hit and throwing 5 pitches to get his first hold of the season. Too bad the Brewers couldn't hold the Cubs.
Just as these middle relievers keep their team in the game, you too can stay in the game with Just for Men Hair Color.
Honey, if you want to get rid of your gray hair, try my hair color. It's really easy. Women's hair color can take 30 minutes. Just for men takes 5 minutes.
No one will notice.
Hers colors every hair. Just for men targets only gray.
It has ammonia, but it doesn't smell that bad.
Oh yes, it does. Just for men has no damaging ammonia.
Let's go buy some. It'll only take half an hour.
Yeah, right. The truth is, men need Just for Men. Stay in the game.
Today for only staff. $1,000 tax, title, and license you can just staff. It's got that full leather interior.
Here to help for over 100 years. Harris Bank.
The new 2009 Mercury Mariner. 28 miles per gallon. Better than Honda. Unsurpassed mileage. Finds the best gas prices. Even reads your text messages with Sync. It's one smart utility vehicle. Now lease a well-equipped Mercury Mariner with Sun and Sync package for only $269 a month.
You gotta put Mercury on your list.
Can you match this?
Shouldn't be a problem.
Cool.
This?
Yes.
This?
Sure. Let me show you.
With our free color matching system, Lowe's can match any color you can come up with or come in with.
This?
This?
This.
Absolutely.
And Lowe's carries high-quality Valspar paint. Lowe's, let's build something together.
Stop by Lowe's for Valspar exterior flat paint, now only $19.98.
We've created a Chicago destination that's truly unprecedented. A celebration for the senses, where the night comes alive and stars electrify your soul. The all-new Horseshoe Casino, where entertainment knows no bounds. Now open.
Welcome back. Earlier in the show, we asked our Buick, Pontiac, GMC opinion poll. Wanted to know, when are the Cubs going to clinch the Central? Magic number down to 2. 42% say, hey, tomorrow's the big day. 41% say Saturday. Most of you are pretty positive. Just 5% say it's lasting until next week. Let's check out the pitching matchup for tomorrow. Cardinals come to town. Carlos Zambrano against Adam Wainwright. Holly, of course, he's coming off the no-hitter. What do you expect now?
Well, it's going to be tough to follow that up, but I think what the Cubs are going to want to see right here is he going to be able to bounce back after pitching, I think, about 110 pitches, the no-hitter, complete game. What kind of stuff is he going to have? That was the problem that he was having a little bit earlier. What's he going to bring to the table tomorrow?
That's going to do it. Thanks to Todd Hollinsworth for stepping in today. Cubs win. CTL is coming up next. We have the Cubs and Cards tomorrow at 1:20.
Cubs Postgame Live is presented to you by Lowe's. Let's build something together.
Can you match this?
Shouldn't be a problem.
Cool.
This?
Yes.
This?
Sure. Let me show you.
With our free color matching system, Lowe's can match any color you can come up with or come in with.
This?
This.
Absolutely.
And Lowe's carries high-quality Valspar paint. Lowe's, let's build something together.
Stop by Lowe's for Valspar exterior flat paint, now only $19.98.
This has been a magical season for the Cubs. To commemorate this historic season, Big Time Bats has just released the Ace of Cubs 2008 officially licensed photo bat. This bat is numbered and production is limited to 2008 bats. Previous Cubs photo bats have sold out, so don't be disappointed. This bat has a 360-degree image of the 4 Cubs pitching stars around the Cubs logo and the words Ace of Cubs. The players' facsimile signatures are also included. You can purchase this historic bat for $129.95 plus shipping by calling Big Time Bats at 1-866-280-BATS.
Cubs baseball on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you in part by American Chartered Bank. American Chartered, the bank for your business. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
You know that song, Time in a Bottle? Well, I got time in a bottle, just by changing my allergy medicine from Claritin to Zyrtec. Zyrtec's a lot faster. It starts working 2 hours faster than Claritin, and it keeps working for 24 hours on all my allergy symptoms, indoors and out. You know, Zyrtec should put that on the label. Ingredients. 2 hours you didn't have before.
Zyrtec, the fastest 24-hour allergy relief, now without a prescription.
Nissan set out to create the perfect on-road vehicle, and in the process, created a category. Introducing 2 crossover leaders from Nissan. The redesigned Murano, awarded as an IIHS top safety pick, and the versatile Rogue, named 2008's best new small crossover. Lease the 27 MPG Nissan Rogue, just $229 a month. Don't follow the leader, own one. At your Nissan dealer now.
Chicago Tribune Live, presented by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers. Weeknights at 5:30 on Comcast Sportsnet. Fans' best friend.
Today on Chicago Tribune Live, there's no celebrating on the north side, at least for today.
Ramos sends that ball deep to left. It's going to go 2-1.
The Cubs look to move a step closer to clinching the National League Central title as they try to make it 2 out of 3 from the Brewers, and in the process reduce their magic number to just 2. We've got highlights and reaction from Wrigley Field.
And you said it. Here comes the run, and it's a 2-1 Yankee lead.
Things got a little wild in the Bronx last night as once again the Sox bullpen came up just a little short. The Southsiders wasted a solid performance with Clayton Richard and lost to the Yankees, but still managed to maintain their lead in the division. Plus, we'll bring you the latest on Devin Hester's status for Sunday's game against the Bucks and get into the X's and O's of the matchup when we talk with the radio voice of the Bears, Jeff Joniak. We're ready for our close-up, starting right now on Chicago Tribune Live. Good afternoon, welcome to Chicago Tribune Live, presented by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers. I'm David Kaplan. Time to meet our guests on today's show. From the Chicago Tribune, Rick Morrissey and Casey Johnson are here, and the host of Bears Blitz, our guy, Lou Canellis. Good to have all you guys in the house. All right, last night's loss to the Brewers ended any hopes the Cubs had of clinching the Central Division today. The best the Northsiders could do, reduce their magic number to 2 and make it 2 out of 3 over Milwaukee as the two teams wrapped up their series this afternoon. Let's go to Wrigley. Cubs up 2-1, top of the 6th, 1 out. Milwaukee with the man out first. Jason Kendall with the grounder to second. Should be an inning-ending double play. Mark DeRosa can't come up with it. Everyone's safe. Inning continues. 2 batters later. Mike Cameron up. Men on the corners. RBI single to left. Milwaukee would go on to score 4 unearned runs in the inning to take a 5-2 lead. Top of the 9th. 2 men out for Kevin Hart. Prince Fielder comes in to score. They send J.J. Hardy from first. Ryan Terrio's relay throw on the money. But Milwaukee will take a 6-2 lead into the bottom of the 9th. First 2 hitters go quietly. An Edmonds single makes it 6-3, and Gio Soto has left the building. 3-run jack ties the ball game. Wrigley goes crazy, and we head to extra innings. Tied at 6. It stayed that way until the 12th. Then at second and third, 2 out, and D. Lee delivers. Single to center, scores pinch runner Jason Marquis with the winning run. Cubs come back and beat the Brew Crew 7-6.
It was a heck of a ball game. I mean, I can say that because we won it, but you know, it's uplifting to us, and it's got to be deflating to the other team because they played their hearts out too.
All right, now. Rick Morrissey, Rich Harden goes out and pitches okay. He walked, I think, 5 in the game.
A lot of pitches.
But gave up just 1 hit in 5 innings, 115 pitches. So you can take the positive. Well, he was able to go 115 pitches. He gave up just 1 hit, but he labored in those 5 innings with a number of walks. Your thoughts on his performance?
Well, you know, it seems kind of goofy to be focusing on that right now after what happened in that game. I mean, 115 pitches is a lot for him. I don't know. I'm always concerned about his pitch count. But the victory is unbelievable. I mean, just the way they pulled it off. And I happened to be writing a column while it was going on. I kept on the internet looking back. I couldn't believe they scored 4 runs. I didn't even know how it happened. It happened so quickly. So just another crazy day at Wrigley.
But Harden's performance, you do have to look at it because, you know, moving forward, this team's going to be in the playoffs. We all know that. And
that's the big question.
Yeah,
you know they're going to clinch.
This guy has to be a dominant number 2 pitcher in the playoffs, in my opinion, for the Cubs to win the World Series. That's the only goal for this team, is to win the World Series.
So was he dominant today?
No, and that's my point. Now there's some question marks about him because of his history and his track record and his health issues, and he needs to step up and be that dominant number 2 guy.
But he did take a no-hitter into the 5th today.
Yeah, but he
was all over the place.
He was all over the place, so yeah.
But is Harden's performance even more bothersome than what Kerry Wood did again? And I know he had a 1-2-3 inning, which is a big deal for Kerry Wood these days. I don't think he had a 1-2-3 inning since August 27th. Yeah. But then he goes out and puts men on second and third.
And then pitches out of it.
And if Hart doesn't get nailed at home or make a stupid play on the base paths, who knows? We may have a different outcome in this game.
You know, and I was thinking about that riding over here, that you know, we really got on Dempster last year for being kind of a high wire act all the time. And Wood is that way as well. Maybe not to that extent, but you know, I don't think you can have that in the playoffs. You know, it's going to hurt you eventually.
The funny thing is, if you watch around the game in the last few weeks, Joe Nathan's blown, I think, 3 save opportunities and lost another game that was tied. Papelbon blows 2 saves. I mean, it's going on all over the place. What is it?
Yeah, but I don't know if it's been going on as much as it's been going on with Kerry Wood. I mean, his run average is like 15 in the month of September. And really, Cappy, have you felt comfortable, as Rick just said? It reminds me so much of watching Dempster a year ago. I mean, people get on Bob Howery for coming out there, and they boot him right out of Wrigley Field on Tuesday night. I don't know how a Cub fan out there feels any more comfortable with Kerry Wood walking to the mound
now,
as well.
What if Kerry Wood said to you, well, I only normally pitch 1 inning, and I got him 3 up and 3 down. 2 innings is something I haven't done all year.
Well, that's not going to work, because guess what? If Rich Harden can't go more than 5, then you've got to go deep into your bullpen, and who are you going to?
Right.
Are you going to Howery? You can go to Marmol for an inning.
Who do you go to if you're Lou Piniella in the playoffs? Other than Marmol, you know Wood's going to be your closer. Who do you go to and go, I trust that guy to get a big out?
Well, I think at one point in the season you thought it was going to be Samardzija, and I think that was wishful thinking and kind of excitement over a guy maybe a little too young for that role. I don't know. People are on Howery, as Lou said. It's unbelievable. I mean, this guy, he can't do anything. If he does anything wrong, he walks a guy, they're on him. I mean, that's a rough situation. Would you put him out there?
Boy. But I'll tell you what, you listen to Piniella, and Piniella doesn't like throwing young pitchers out there in pressure situations like this, and we're seeing why with Samardzija. I think that Piniella feels more comfortable throwing a Howery on the mound than some of the other guys in his bullpen, even though Howery's been really bad.
I agree with you. He likes the veteran guy.
The answer to your question is they really don't have anybody. And this is, look, they've done very well with the group they've had. Look at where they are. So it's hard to argue. I just think you're not going to be able to get away with some of these things in the playoffs that you might have gotten away at times during the season.
All right, now Lou was in such a good mood after today's comeback win. He was even having fun with our guy, Paul Sullivan from the Tribune.
And I think he threw more pitches in this ball game than he has at any time this year. What do you think, Sullivan? Is that right? Or you're falling asleep on me over here? You had a bad night last night. No, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm going to have a bad night tonight.
You got to love Lou. I mean,
that's a side of Lou you don't always see.
No.
I mean, I'm sure I'm not around the team like Sullivan is, but that's a side of Lou you don't always see. You see it with Ozzie all the time. With Lou, you rarely see him let his guard down. You know, it's kind of nice.
It was very cool to see him having a little fun with our guy, Sully. Your biggest thing you'd hang your hat on about this Cubs team going into the playoffs?
I'll tell you what, they are never dead.
Yeah.
Because of their hitting, they are in every single game, even when there's 2 outs in the ninth like we saw today. There's just too many good hitters in that lineup. I mean, 1 to 8, and when Zambrano's pitching, it's 1 through 9. There is not an easy out on that team. I mean, Soto is having as good a rookie year from a catcher than any that I could ever remember. And Lee's gotten hot again. Soriano has hit home runs this week. I mean, I don't see a bad out. Heck, he even brought Kosuke Fukudome out to pinch hit today. He felt so good about the way his lineup was rolling.
The other thing is, I mean, obviously winning teams promote good chemistry, and winning teams typically always get along. But you get a sense that this team really does, care about each other. And when DeRosa makes that error, you get the sense that these guys want to pick him up and come back and win it for him. I mean, that was a big error DeRosa made.
Kip, the one unfortunate thing about this is that if the Cubs win tomorrow in the afternoon game, the Brewers lose tomorrow night in the night game.
There's no celebration.
There's no celebration, and that.
Who cares?
I think you know what? It's a long season.
This isn't the NBA where everybody makes the playoffs.
They're going to celebrate on their own. I mean, they might even be in the clubhouse together. It doesn't matter if we see it or not.
Don't get a chance.
No, it does matter because I think Cubs fans are as much a part of the story, almost as much as a part of the story as the team is, and what they've been through. I think it's right that they have that chance, and I think the players are aware.
A shared celebration?
I think so.
I completely agree with you.
But wait a second, guys. All year long, haven't we heard that winning the division isn't what this team has set out to accomplish? It's getting to the World Series. If they win the division and lose in the first round, the season was a loss because this team feels like they blew a great opportunity a year ago because of Arizona's starting pitching, and now this is their chance. So if they win the division, big deal. No time to celebrate. Let's get right into it. I think it's actually fitting that it's working out this way.
Season, I think you still want to celebrate the accomplishment of winning a division.
It's not going to be a shared thing on the stage of Wrigley Field. And tell me, come on, we all know how Wrigleyville works. Wrigleyville's going to be packed whenever this happens, even if it happens as Rick is playing out. A bunch of people will be running around all the bars in Wrigleyville celebrating. That's just how Wrigleyville works, and the Cubs will celebrate on their own. It just won't be a shared celebration.
Cap, I think Cap's got it right. I mean, it's a 162 game season. I wrote about this for tomorrow's paper and talked to Mark DeRosa about it. He was with some of those Braves teams that won 14 titles in a row, won a division. He feels like they didn't really appreciate what they were doing at the time because they were thinking so much about getting to the World Series. And he's right. Winning back-to-back titles for a Cubs team, that's pretty impressive.
That's enormous. It was Dusty got here in 2003. We were screaming they hadn't won in 30-some years, back-to-back winning seasons. We're talking about back-to-back division titles.
Yeah.
But guys, with this Cubs team, isn't it about going out and winning the National League at least and a World Series?
No question, but you have the first party, then you have the second party, then you hopefully have the third party.
Overrated.
All right. Don't forget you can catch tomorrow's series opener between the Cubs and Cardinals right here on Comcast Sportsnet. Stick around. Plenty more baseball to cover on the program. Up next, we look back at last night's Sox loss to the Yankees in the Bronx.
Look to the Chicago Tribune sports section for the latest news, scores, and updates on all your favorite teams. To subscribe, call 1-800-TRIBUNE.
Because the Cubbies are doing so well, I heard they're shipping all the goats out of town. Those animal activists are not happy.
Get real breaking news that makes your life click at chicagotribune.com.
I hear because of the problem with lettuce and tomatoes that City Council is making all vegetarians eat meat.
Get real breaking news that makes your life click at chicagotribune.com.
Chicago Tribune Live is brought to you in part by Hugo's Frog Bar. Visit hugosfrogbar.com to make a reservation today.
Extreme weather? No problem. Luna's got you covered. Due to the recent storms, Luna has arranged for emergency financing. For a limited time, make no payments with no interest for 1 year. Plus, get your second room free. Choose from Chicagoland's largest selection of carpet, hardwood, and laminate. That's 2 rooms for the price of 1, and no payments with no interest for 1 year. Luna will even remove your old carpet for free. Call now. Luna's experts are standing by to serve you.
773-202. Luna.
Join the post-game party on Comcast Sportsnet as I break down every Bears game with former Bears Dan Jiggets, Jerry Azuma, and Jim Miller. We'll bring you the Bears press conferences after every game, and William Jackson is live outside the Bears locker room with player reaction. Plus, Jerry Azuma gives out his coveted
Jerry's GQ Award to the best dressed Bear. Trust me, you don't want to miss U.S. Cellular Bears postgame live after every game, only on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend.
The best damn sports show, period. Sports Television's nightly party. Weeknights on Comcast Sportsnet.
Bears are getting ready to take on the Bucs Sunday at Soldier Field, and to help us preview the matchup, let's head up to Hallis Hall, bring in the radio voice of the Bears, our guy Jeff Joniak. Jeffrey, what's the latest on Devin Hester's status?
Well, this morning he said he had torn rib cartilage, and then this afternoon he said bruised ribs. And frankly, Cappy, it doesn't matter, because the biggest question is, and the biggest mystery, whether or not he's going to be able to play, and that's what we got to find out. And by the end of the week, we probably won't. We'll find out at game time. And that's okay, too, because I don't mind waiting out this thing, and I don't even mind putting him out there as a decoy, because you never know what can happen with him on the field. Jeff, Lou here, and my question is, if you throw Hester out there, do you worry at all about how this may affect him the rest of the season? Should he re-injure the injury? I know even he said that this is a real tough injury. I mean, he can barely walk.
Right. Well, it's tricky. I mean, there's no doubt about it. You're dealing with the core, your abdomen, and Lou, with the six-pack that you have, you must understand what kind of trouble that may pose as an athlete, and Cappy for that matter as well. No slight to Casey and Rick, but it is something you have to consider, and they're not going to be stupid here about this. Obviously, it's just one game, and they do have capable players at that position, both in Danielle Manning in the kick return game and options in the punt return game with Nathan Vasher and Earl Bennett.
Hey, Jeff, it's KC. Always a pleasure. There's been a lot of analysis of Brian Griese's time with the Bears this week, and some might even call it revisionist history. What's your take on Griese's time here, and what do you see from him coming this Sunday?
Well, he did what he was asked to do here, and that is to be a veteran quarterback and play like one when he did get the opportunity to play. But I don't think there was ever going to be a situation where he was going to be circled as the future quarterback. When they decided to repay Kyle and repay Rex Grossman, I think that really closed the door on Brian Griese coming back here. And they did get something for him in return and found a team that was interested and a team that he'd been there before. But, you know, I liked Brian Griese. I like the idea of having a veteran quarterback in your stable. So I was a tad surprised when they did move him. But, you know, there's also a thing like chemistry that's a big deal. And I don't know that the chemistry was exactly perfect here in Chicago for Brian Griese.
Jeff, many are surprised that Griese's actually starting this game at quarterback instead of Pro Bowler Jeff Garcia from a year ago. And we hear that there's some issues between Garcia and Gruden. Does Griese's type of play actually play into the Bears' defense?
I think you ought to be careful when, and I've heard that many times, I'm not saying you need to be careful, but just be careful when you break those things down, because Brian Griese can hurt you. There's no doubt about it. He can hurt you from the pocket. He is very capable of that. I mean, he engineered a very long drive in the preseason that was very impressive. Sure, you lose a little bit in mobility, but he's a savvy guy. I mean, either or. I mean, you put these guys together, they've got a lot of experience. They've both been to a Pro Bowl, so given the right circumstance, they both can hurt you. I don't think it plays in any way or shape or form.
Jeff, what's your take on Matt Forte? When you look at this guy, I asked Pat Manley the other night, he said, hey, I'm telling you something. This guy's special. What's your take?
You know what? I have to rely on what players tell me. And it's not just offensive players, or in Pat's case, special teams. It's defensive players. And they've been talking about this guy throughout the entire preseason and minicamp. They were as anxious as you and I were and Bear fans were to actually see him in a regular season game to see what everybody's talking about. But he's doing it the right way. He's a very polished rookie, if I can say that. A very polished rookie. He embraces challenges. It's not too big for him. He's got all the tools, both as a runner, as a receiver, and as a blocker. In the open field, you see the sharp cuts that he makes, the one that broke the ankles of Antoine Bethea for the 50-yard, and he can go the distance as well. So he's given us a little bit of an appetizer all the way up and down the line there. I just can't wait to see him get a full year under his belt and see what the future holds for Matt Forte.
Jeff, it's Rick. Tampa and the Bears play the same defense, and I wonder who you think has the advantage in terms of quarterbacks, Greasy or Orton, having, I assume both see the same defense at times, at least during camp.
And, Rick, that's the qualifier you just said there, at times. And they are the same in philosophy, and that is speed over size, take the ball away, and be real sound in your technique and in your gap control. But that's where it begins and ends. They don't play a lot of cover two consistently, both teams. They mix it up, and each is thrown a little bit of a different ingredient in the recipe, so to speak. And I think what the Bears do now at the line of scrimmage, with the pressure right up there, filling the gaps with the linebackers and or safeties and or cornerbacks, is the wrinkle that has really come out of the gate here for this season for the Bears and given them something of a different version of the Tampa 2. They want to say it's the Bear 2 here, and I believe that is an aggressive attack, a lot of aggression, hit hard, make the big hits, and hopefully that will relate to more turnovers and takeaways. So in terms of that, I saw Matt Ryan running for his life against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, that could have been for a variety of reasons. I haven't investigated deeply the offensive line of the Falcons, but the Bucs were able to get some pressure on him, and Matt Ryan was really under the gun. Drew Brees, though, and the Saints put up better than 400 yards. I'm going with the Purdue theme here with Drew Brees and Kyle Orton having, I'm not suggesting a 400-yard offensive day, but I think that they will be able to handle the front of the Tampa Bay Bucs and win this game in the trenches.
Jeff, appreciate the knowledge. By the way, did Chris Williams have a helmet on today?
Didn't notice that, but that's okay.
All right.
Get used to it. It's not that far away.
There you go. He's getting ready. All right, thanks for the time, and have a great broadcast.
All right, thanks, Gabby.
All right, we're going to take another timeout. We'll talk about the White Sox when we come back on Chicago Tribune Live.
Seriously, mornings just go better when you grab some breakfast.
Whatever.
Ow.
Start your day off right with any 2 McMuffin sandwiches for just $3. Now at McDonald's.
It's Sports Central on WGN Radio. Weeknights from 7 to 9, it's David Kaplan. Weekends from 4 to 6, it's Jim Memolo and Glenn Kozlowski. The hottest topics in sports, 7 days a week. Chicago's #1 sports radio show, Sports Central on the Voice of Chicago. News Talk 720.
My wife thinks she knows everything. And with Shop NBC, she kind of does. For example, we just bought a new TV.
50-inch HD TV, progressive scan, video noise reduction, and a color purity optimizer.
I don't even know what a color purity optimizer is. But at Shop NBC, you can find great products, plus all the information you'll need to make the right decisions. From jewelry to cosmetics, home decor to fashion, electronics, and more. You can shop 24 hours a day on TV and online. Sundays will never be the same. Shop NBC, a whole new way to shop.
Satellite wants you to compare it to digital cable, like it was an apples-to-apples sort of thing. Hello? Anybody hear of On Demand? On Demand's huge collection of instantly viewable movies, shows, and features goes way beyond just television watching. Your television suddenly starts taking requests. So go ahead, compare. It's more like an apple to fruit basket sort of thing.
On Demand is available with Mediacom digital cable. Call 1-800-CABLE-TV.
Why wait for the big movies to show up on TV? With Mediacom, many movies like Speed Racer are now on demand the same day they hit the video store. So that's one less trip, and I'll save on gas.
Don't wait. Call now and get digital cable with On Demand, plus up to 22 channels of HBO and Stars for just $14.95 a month for a year.
Good stuff. No waiting from Mediacom.
Call 1-800-CABLE-TV.
Sports Night, tonight on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend.
Here are some of what's on our plate today, sponsored by that great restaurant, Gibson's. The Cubs' magic number down to 2 after they beat the Brewers 7-6 in 12 innings today. Devin Hester didn't practice again today. Bears get ready to take on the Buccaneers at the Lee Lakefront. And up next, we'll talk about the White Sox. Welcome back. Chicago Tribune Live, presented by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers. I'm David Kaplan, joined today by Rick Morrissey, Casey Johnson, and Lou Canellis. Last night in New York, the White Sox got a good pitching performance from fifth starter Clayton Richard, but were not able to put together any offense, managed 6 hits, missed a few scoring opportunities, and fell to the Bronx Bombers by a final of 5-1.
we don't execute well either. You know, we got a couple men on second base with no out, and we don't get them over, and that helped. You know what I mean? And they either, you know what I mean, they have men on first and second, they bunt, you know what I mean? I don't know what's wrong with baseball. Nobody can bunt anymore, or at least move guys over. But hey, we just not hit, and our bullpen, they could have held the lead.
All right, Casey, are you concerned about this bullpen that it seems like a nightly story? You can't get the job done.
Absolutely. You know, it was a surprising strength for a lot of the season, but coming down the stretch here, there's quite a few question marks. I mean, you got to get to Jenks, and that's all. Seems like it's been a problem. You know, definitely down the stretch here, getting to Jenks.
We kept waiting for Linebrink to come back, and now he's back, and I don't want him back.
Why are you back?
I mean, it hasn't been good. Can this team, Rick, Casey, Dave, can the White Sox win through the playoffs with 6 of 11 pitchers on their staff? I mean, they've got 4 solid starters. So you've got Danks, Burley, Vasquez, and Floyd, and then Thornton and Jenks, and please, Ozzie, don't throw anyone else out there. I mean, that's how bad it's gotten for a White Sox.
The only way it works is if it, you know, like it worked in 2005. Right. That's what you need. It's unlikely it's going to happen. You know, when they have to bring Wasserman out like they did the other night, I mean, that's kind of one of my problems with baseball and the length of the season is at the end of the season, you start seeing these guys that because of wear and tear and guys not lasting for the season, so you're relying on guys in pretty key moments that haven't pitched or played for the team all season. I think we saw it last year with, I think it was Hart with the Cubs, right, reliever. So it's an interesting sport. I don't think you see too much of that in the NBA. Your stars are playing at the key time of year.
Both teams in town, that's the big question. They've got a couple arms. Right. And
the only difference,
Jenks is more reliable right now at the back end of the pen.
At the back end, no question. He's been there before. If you tell me that Marmol is the guy, the closer, let's say that they give up on Kerry Wood come playoff time. Marmol hasn't been in that situation quite like Jenks has.
Which they won't do, by the way.
Which they won't give up on Kerry Wood?
No. I think the White Sox are going to have to ask Bobby Jenks to maybe get some 4- and 5-out saves.
Oh, no question. No question. And if he can't, then they're not going any further than the first round. If they obviously have to get there first.
Can I ask a question? I mean, how difficult is that if whether you're facing 4 or 5 outs rather than your 1 inning or whatever? Why is that so difficult?
It shouldn't be, but it seems to be a big problem. Look at Kerry Wood today. First inning, dirty. Goes in the next inning, second, third, nobody out. And we see that all the time. If you go back, Goose Gossage, he had a ridiculous number of 3-inning saves. Back in the day, they didn't worry about just getting 1 inning.
I have a picture of the Sox starters getting together before the playoffs saying, look, we've got to go deep every single game.
Like they did in 05.
That's right. And that's how this is going to work if we want to advance.
But guys, on the South Side, it's not only about the pitching. I mean, the relief pitching is one of the issues, but you know, Nick Swisher is he's not even hitting his weight still, so they're not playing him. You know, Konerko comes through, I mean, finally, so is Paulie going to keep it up? Honestly, the one guy that I love seeing out there on an everyday basis over the last month has been a guy who I thought would have been out of town a long time ago, and that's Juan Uribe. I mean, he's been the one go-to guy that Ozzie's had offensively here in the last month of the season.
You know what he is? He is Jock Jones from a year ago. 2 guys that everyone wants to get them out of town. Juan Uribe has been phenomenal for the White Sox.
Oh, he has saved them. He has saved their season because Creedy's gone. And Fields never put up the numbers.
He's a guy that used to drive Ozzie crazy, or probably still does at times.
Right.
But Uribe, you know, he's a guy who I think given a chance or the right moment, he rises to it.
In addition, Carlos Quentin is going with the team. He's in Kansas City, and he's going to start taking dry swings. The doctor said there's some good healing going on there.
You know what? I'm really skeptical of that. I just, you know, the amount of force on your hands and your wrists when you hit a baseball is incredible. It's hard for me to believe that he's going to be able to hit a baseball live pitching without there being real soreness. I'm not a doctor, okay?
I know you play one on TV.
No, I know, and I don't even do that. But it's hard for me to get my head around that idea.
It's going to be interesting.
It'll tell you where this team is. He still leads the White Sox in home runs and RBIs. So that'll tell you what kind of year Carlos Quentin had before he got hurt. and where the rest of the guys in this lineup are. Someone that we haven't talked about, Orlando Cabrera. Phil Rogers in the paper today in the Tribune wrote a great article about this team is so eager to ship off Cabrera or let him leave after, this season because he's going to turn into a free agent. Boy, I'll tell you what, I'd like to see him stick around for a few years. As Phil wrote, I don't think we've seen a shortstop on the south side play so consistently both on offense and defense since Ozzie Guillen.
All right, there is plenty more to come on today's program. Up next, we're going to burn a little rubber as Greg Biffle was able to find his way into victory lane and capture the first checkered flag in NASCAR's Sprint Cup chase for the title.
Ride in first class to your next game, outing, or airport transfer with Windy City Limousine. Choose from an assortment of classy high-end vehicles to make your night out truly worthwhile. Anything less than prompt, professional, and courteous service just won't cut it. The vehicles are new and clean. Talk about green. You can move 40 people at once in a minibus. Just call 866-94-WINDY. You can even book your own trip online, WindyCityLimos.com. From sedans to SUVs, limousines to vans, and buses from 14 to 56 people. It's all at Windy City Limo. It's about time.
Are you ready for a good shopping experience? Hi, I'm Mike Abt with Abt Electronics and Appliances. Since 1936, our goal has been our customers' complete satisfaction. Whether you're replacing a TV or a refrigerator, building a dream kitchen or a home theater, our knowledgeable staff can assist you. Visit our website at abt.com to get one-year financing plus free shipping. Abt, pleasing people since 1936.
Back to school? It's all about class. Drive a new 09 Lexus RX 350 with all-wheel drive for only $459 a month.
Bob Rorman's Arlington, Lexus and Palatine, just one block west of Route 53 on Dundee Road. Back to school. We've done your homework.
Get 3.9 APR for 60 months on any certified pre-owned Lexus. 70 to choose from.
Bob Rorman's Arlington, Lexus and Palatine, just one block west of Route 53 on Dundee Road.
Chicago Tribune Live is brought to you by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers.
Can you believe that?
Let's go back to Tuesday night Sox-Yankees game in the Bronx, bottom of the fourth, and Jason Giambi takes Sox starter Gavin Floyd high and deep to right center field. And the only one who's going to get this one is the fan in the first row who makes a great grab. Nice souvenir to commemorate the last week at Yankee Stadium. Fan does a little dance, but the story doesn't end there. Last night, 8th inning, Scott Linebrink against Johnny Damon. Damon takes Linebrink deep to almost the same spot.